Hello, welcome back to 1000 Lies. Picking up where we left off. It's the sound of an angel. Yeah, there we go. Yes, I can hear it. The angels sing, give me their blessings, a hallucination, or maybe a revelation. Anyways, it's here. I can see the heroes of old sled this races standing next to my eraser, telling me that I shouldn't give up yet. Thanks, everyone. It wasn't necessary. With my newfound divine strength, I managed to flip my desk further to the point that it's now totally upside down. And from here, go! I hold the desk legs while I stand on the underside of the table as if it's a skateboard. I grind my way in onto the banister and manage to overtake Elsie. I jump him with a hard flip. I make the desk return to its original position, allowing me to successfully continue the race. Okay, this is like some anime type stuff. At last I'm in the lead. How did you do that? Wait. Now Elsie's desk is grinding against mine. The two rival desks rub together, creating small sparks of fire and indents in the wood paneling. The end of the track is coming up at Elsie, and I know there's still something we have to do. You surprise me, compañero. I won't deny it. But it isn't over yet. We're going to settle this with our bare hands. Two men in motion on a battlefield. We both stand on our desks, accompanied by the hellish squeal from the friction between them. No words are necessary. Dialogue won't accomplish anything. It is now, with our fists, that one of us will fall and the other will grasp victory. Jump, quickly! Ziva's sudden warning makes us come back to reality. Haven't we been sliding for too long anyways? I mean, it's true that everything seems to slow down when there's this much tension, but this is a bit too much. When accounting for the oil, it makes us sense that we're farther than usual. This isn't good, though, because at the end of the hallway there's... the stairs! Stairs are bad. Stairs are painful. Yeah, that could have been terrible, man. Elsie and I managed to jump off our desk at the last second, saving ourselves from a nasty fall. The stairs don't go down that far, so the desks still seem to be alright, except everything would be perfectly fine, if not for one tiny detail. At the bottom of the stairs, clearly frightened by her near-death experience with the flying sled desk, we find the new substitute teacher. What do we do now? Here? Congratulations, Elsie, you're the sled desk race champion. I'm retiring from all future competitions, so feel free to forget about my past titles and that I ever existed in the first place. As the new champion, you need to explain what happened to the administration. The fate of the global sled desk league rests on your shoulders. Farewell. What are you even talking about? Here, compañero. Where are you going? You're on your own, man. 1000 lies. I think it could have been amusing. See, I'm at the nurse's office. Rather than leaving the school through the main entrance, I prefer going out from here instead. It isn't like there's a real nurse here though, so the attendant is actually the groundskeeper. She handles a lot of different tasks, from paperwork to carrying all of the keys. If you persuade her that you're sick enough, you can take a nap here for a while and sneak out after she leaves. Since she handles so many different things, she won't usually notice if you're gone by the time she comes back. In any case, she doesn't trust anyone, So the nurse's office collects dust more than anything. Then how'd I convince her to let me stay? Easy. I told her the truth. My right leg aches badly. I sit on one of the beds and massage my leg from the knee down, hoping it'll lessen the pain. Afterwards, I take out a small bottle of painkillers and stare at it as it sits in the palm of my hand. I decide against opening it and put it back in my pocket. I lay on the bed and close my eyes before I start taking deep breaths, until I eventually feel myself get lost in deep thought. The new substitute teacher must be pissed. She may not have seen us do it, but it's just a matter of time until she figures it out. Nobody got hurt, but you and I recognize that we went overboard. If yesterday's prank made her angry, I can't imagine how she took this one. I wonder, will they finally punish me this time? After 15 minutes, I feel better. I get up and walk over to the window. The nurse's office is on the first floor, so you can climb down into the back field, making it the perfect place to sneak out from. I haven't made a habit of it, but this won't be the first time that I escape out this window when I want to play hooky. Let's see. Though it's a small fall, my leg still hurts. Thankfully it's tolerable, but that doesn't change how uncomfortable feeling it is. I'll rest more once I get home. Better get going. There's a fence behind the school that separates it from the park. No one goes back there, and the fence has a lock gate that's easy to pick if you're skilled enough. Skilled enough? Wow, lock pick at that age. Once you're in the field, the park is only several steps away. I make my way through the park into the pond and begin writing in my notebook. It's not like I have anything better to do, but you'd think by now I would have learned how dangerous it is to walk around with my face stuffed in a book. What was that? Something suddenly hits me in the stomach. Thankfully, it doesn't really hurt. Sound. Yeah. Okay. First, I don't see anything. When I look down, I find the culprit. That hurts. There's the sound. At my feet, there's a girl with her hands wrapped around her head. At first, I think it's because she ran into me. But then she starts to panic for seemingly another reason. She keeps swatting the air around her head, and when she realizes that there's nothing there, she goes pale. My hat! She gets visibly nervous, her eyes darting around the area. After a moment, she settles on looking at my shoes, and more precisely, what's behind them, none other than her previously missing hat. I bend over to pick it up, brushing the dirt off as best I can before handing it back to her. This is yours, right? The girl nods in relief as she reaches out her hands to retrieve her possession. At the last second, I raise my arms and pull the hat out of her reach. She seems familiar somehow. Her name is on the tip of my tongue, but nothing comes to mind. I'm positive I met her before. I bring the hat closer to her, watching as her face lights up with happiness. But I still can't remember who she is. One more time. I move the hat out of her reach and watch as she automatically grows anxious. I could do this all day. Finally, I relent and return her belonging. I know better than to tease little girls. Too much. She gets up and inspects her hat, desperately placing it back upon the top of her head as if her life depends on it. She looks so happy. Some people are so easily satisfied. But I still haven't figured out how I know. Maybe taking a closer look will help. She responds doubtfully, staring me down as she slowly takes 2 steps towards me. Eventually, we're only inches apart from each other. Still can't remember her. It's like I know her, but I can't put a name to a face. Suddenly, she surprises me and breaks the silence with a question. Are you going to keep staring like that at? Or kiss me already? I suddenly broke the Guinness World Record for backflips, barely managing to stutter or anything in response. Kiss you? I wasn't going to. Oh, so it was a staring contest. I won, right? What's my reward? Once she shows me her radiant smile, I remember who she is. That nutcase from yesterday. I think part of me tried to block that event out of my memory. Understandably so. However, I have to admit that I'm pretty curious to know what her deal is. Our encounter yesterday was just so random and weird that I can't help but feel curious. There's no reward. It wasn't a contest in the first place. I just couldn't remember who you were and Mystery Girl why. Mystery Girl why? X is already taken. That's a long story. But it doesn't matter. It was just a misunderstanding. Let's start over again from the beginning. Who are you? What's your name? My name is Claire Argers. I'm 18 years old. My blood type is B. I'm 4'9" tall. I weigh 97 pounds. The measurements are 25, 20, 27. My favorite color is silver. And my favorite periodic table element is tungsten. Oh, good choice. Tungsten is my favorite metal. Oh, wait a second. Don't mess with me. What kind of introduction was that? You said you're 18 years old. Are we in the same grade? I thought you were a kid. How would I know? You haven't even introduced yourself yet. What kind of gentleman refuses to introduce himself to a lady before conversing with her? I totally understand that you're nervous after failing to kiss me. But you have to get over it. Believe in yourself. Second time's the charm. Second time's the charm. Ah, this is so funny. I wonder if she's doing that on purpose or if she really is insane. In the end, I decide to introduce myself, pushing aside her weird attempts at cheering me up. Without getting into too much detail, explain what I'm doing here so I can resolve a misunderstanding, if there ever was a misunderstanding in the first place. I know that I shouldn't just go with the flow, but I think it's probably harmless to observe this odd specimen. After I introduce myself, I try to learn more about her. She responds quickly and clearly when I ask about her studies. She tells me that she's currently studying at the other side, Anate Institute. That explains how I didn't know her when we were in the same grade and there are only 2 schools in the area. When I ask her what she's doing at the park, however, her attitude changes drastically. Was that dramatically? Don't know. I wanted to skip school, so that's what I did. Nothing else to it. So you're a troublemaker. Oop, wrong voice. So you're a troublemaker. I see. It suits you. You already have the issues for it. Maybe. But I have my own reasons for it, too. We're still in the C, so I want to see any classes. The tenderness in her words, even after I've mocked her, surprises me. Is this really the same girl from a minute ago? What reasons are those? I already told you. Alright, I already told you the truth because I wanted to. You won't believe me, right? The most logical reasons would be that I felt too stressed out, controlled, and pressured, and that's why I ran away. Those types of things could easily lead me to do this. Will that answer satisfy you? That isn't why I came here. But it's the conclusion you're going to arrive at anyways, so I don't need to give you any more details. Hold on. If you don't want to answer, then you don't have to. No need to take it so seriously. Everyone has the right to keep their secrets. Is that so? It's obvious that Claire doesn't believe me. What's wrong with her? I don't understand. It's a lot easier when you have a convenient excuse. For example, when someone invites you out but you don't want to go, if you tell them you have work, take a test. I'll go on a date with your sweetheart. Then you can get rid of the issue in the blink of an eye. Speak of the devil. Tell me, Kieran. Claire takes a deep breath and closes her eyes for a second before casually asking me an unexpected question. Do you want to go out with me? What? Be my boyfriend, my partner, my better half. It wasn't a difficult question. This is the second time she's thrown an inconceivable question at me. What kind of a joke is this? We haven't even known each other 5 minutes before she confesses to me. She seems to be completely serious right now. Her face says that she's not messing around. She sincerely confessed to me. I believe her so much that it's scaring me. I hesitate, stuttering while trying to answer. I have a difficult time looking at her in the eyes. I'm too nervous and frightened. Claire then places her index finger against my lips, silently telling me to stop. You took too long to answer, and that's no good. A half-baked answer won't do it for me. A half-baked answer. After all, to me the most important thing is that you're truthful. I swallowed deeply while lost in thought, questioning how difficult it is to decipher her words, or rather, her. Claire seems to notice my uncertainty. Or maybe it's curiosity. She turns around and begins pacing with her hands behind her back. It looks like she's looking for or thinking about something. With a smile on her face, she finally announces her thoughts. I know. Let's play a game as an example. It's pretty simple, so you'll be able to understand what I was trying to say. Claire's in high spirits, more like she was at the beginning of our conversation. I shrug. It isn't like I have anything to say about it anyways. Imagine on top of that tree over there that there's a nest with baby birds, and waiting on top of that rock next to it is a hungry cat. Let's call him Shaniza? Shaniza? Why Shaniza? I don't know. It's cute. Don't you like it? Why aren't you naming the birds too? Giving names to imaginary birds? Are you totally insane? I forgot who I was talking to for a second. Please just get on with it before I decide to drown someone in a pond. There isn't much else to say. The question is simple. What do you do? That's a pretty unimaginative question, eh? It's pretty typical. You know, if you scare the cat away and save the chicks, then the cat will die of hunger. If you help the cat, then the birds will die in the end. You have to choose who dies and who lives. No, we don't want that. Most people would just let nature take its course, since you can't have everything work out perfectly all the time. It's the circle of life, Simba and stuff. Oh yeah, stringing the Lion King into this. That's the problem, though. Aren't you a part of nature too? It's easy to forget that when it's convenient for you. If I choose to take the cat with me, then I'd have to do it for everyone. So it's not viable. I can't involve myself anyways, because maybe the cat prefers to live that way. Those are the excuses we make so that we can benefit the most in the end. To make our lives easier. There's nothing wrong with that. We're only human. There are times when even our selfish decision is the best one, too. Wait. Did I read his thing and her voice? I don't know. Click too fast. Can you accept what comes afterwards? What comes afterwards? That's why I don't plan on explaining myself to you any further, and why I won't accept any half-baked love confessions from anyone. Get it? Next time, try to do a better job, alright? For some reason it all seems to make sense to Claire, but I'm not as convinced. I don't know what the hell she just tried to explain to me at all. Some say it's impossible to understand women. This lady wins first place, hands down, as the most complicated. Oh, I gotta go. I forgot my bag in the classroom. If I don't go back before the next class starts, I might lose it. Why didn't you bring it with you? That's what I did. I also switched desks with another guy so it wouldn't look like I left. He isn't guilty of anything, but some things you gotta do what you gotta do to survive. Isn't that what you just tried to tell me? What are you even talking about? A criminal record. Nothing you should pay attention to. To be completely honest with you, I just wanted to get the last word in after your weird tirade. Don't worry about it, Kieran. Not everything in the world makes sense. We're already ninja accomplices. Our bond is thicker than blood. You don't have to hide anything from me, comrade. I don't think anybody has ever gone to jail for skipping class, but if they do go after us, I plan on blaming it all on you, comrade. Ooh, you were so nice the other day and now you're acting like this. What a letdown, Kieran. Minus 50 affection. Minus 50 affection. Don't give up, though. I know you're better than that. Believe in yourself for me, alright? Until next time. I don't know what I'm going to say to an accent. Ending her conversation with words of encouragement, Claire starts to walk away. She turns around and enthusiastically waves to me after every couple of steps. So enthusiastic for a goodbye. And I just lost 50 affection. Now that I think about it, she said weird things last time too. I may not know what goes on in her head, but one thing is for sure. For better or worse, this probably won't be the last time that I cross paths with her. And 1,000 miles. Come on, you knew this would happen. You gave us your word, you have to do it. It'll be a lot of fun, be positive. Besides, it's just a long face and get stuck in all the doorways. You don't want to get hurt, right? You can at least say something. You're too quiet. What's on your mind? I'm trying to think of a good place to hide a body. You only have yourself to blame, so stop moping around. Before on a crime show, Ziva came to my house to arrest me. With her, she brought a warrant in the form of a promise. I had promised that I'd follow up on that email if I lost the sled race test. Which brings us to now. I find myself trekking along to the sports center, unsure of what to do next. Ziva was accompanying me, but Elsie couldn't make it for some reason. The point of all this was clearly just to ruin my afternoon. Still, it was my gambling addiction that did me in. After all this, you haven't asked? I'm going to ask what happened to me after you ditched class? Not really. Everyone imagined that all the tables grew sentient and started to run away.
How you doing?
A 3-day suspension for both you and Elsie. You're kidding me. Yes. Don't joke about that stuff, woman. I pulled some strings to find out what the teachers were talking about, and there was a bit of everything. Nevertheless, I, the girl who owes you nothing and never asked for anything in return, came to your rescue and brought the teachers back to their senses. They rescinded my suspension after you spoke to them. I don't believe you. Well, about that. What happened? Hey, don't look away. What are you trying to say? They agreed to go easier on you, but I had to barter with them. An insignificant detail, really. I don't like the sound of that. Go on. They said you guys have to learn your lesson. Improve your judgment, blah blah blah, you know? So it turns out that they had desperately needed students to help them with. Elsie and you are now officially the grad committee. You have to help prepare the grad event, stuff like that. Wait a second. I see a car going fast enough to kill me if I jump in front of it. I'll be right back. Don't joke about that kind of thing, jeez. We're all going to graduate soon, and it's completely normal for a student committee to handle grad event preparations. Preparations. You're going to work together with some students from the other side. Both schools have representatives, and together the joint committee has to plan and organize all of the grad events. Nobody from our school volunteered this year, so they decided that it was a convenient punishment. Like the good friend I am, I said I'd join too. So all three of us will be working together. What do you think? Call an ambulance, but tell them not to bring any defibrillators. Let them know they can release my ashes over the ocean. Come on, stop joking around. It'll be fun. All we need to do is figure out what needs to be done for the events. Plus, each year is more or less the same. But I have to make an effort. It's work outside of school hours. I'll need to actually communicate with other human beings. You know, humans. Are you implying that I'm inhuman? Obviously. You didn't care about getting expelled, but you're worried about having to work. You're such a lazy ass. It reminds me of someone else. Look, being on the graduation committee is going to be tedious. Some students will want the thing and others will want the opposite. You have to try to please everyone. It's too difficult. If there are no alternatives, then I guess I'll have to do it. But I'd rather just change the subject for now. Yeah, change the subject, I see. You know what? I realized something. I already told you. If I have to join that stupid committee, then I will. No, listen, I'm talking about you. I realize that maybe you're suffering from a schizoid personality disorder. Are you making up diagnoses again? I told you to stop looking at mental illnesses on Wikipedia. You wanted to change the subject, didn't you? Here you go. You don't enjoy socializing, you're detached on a personal level, and your sense of humor is unsympathetic. At first I thought you were writing obsession with a symptom of autism, but you don't seem to have any issues communicating with other people. However, it would make sense if you were a secret schizoid, since they're able to fake social interactions. Also, some schizoids share symptoms with those afflicted with Asperger's. It would make a lot of sense. Okay, I think I'm running a bit over time now because my time already ran out. Anyways, I'm going to leave this one here. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. And I'll see y'all next time. Bye.